Hey Libra, this is Liv from Ephemerate Cartomancy, and we are going to do your love cartoscope for December 2019. And we already have cards falling out, so let's see if we can get another jumper. Ooh, okay. So first, let's put the cards on the table, and then I'm gonna obsess over arranging them in the frame. Okay. Whew. Intense energy. Let me just put the deck away. Okay. And now let's see how we can fit the cards in the frame. Yeah, good enough, I think, right? All right, so Libra, this is a very energy heavy month for you when it comes to your love life. Because you are coming from a point of passion, from a point of a creative spark, of kind of lustful sort of a vibe, to be honest. So you may have started a new relationship, and you may be in that honeymoon phase where you're kind of hardcore falling in love, or crushing hardcore at least, over someone new. Or if we are talking about an existing relationship or a marriage, you've been going through a very productive, passionate, very hot phase as a couple. Some of you, though, I'm also getting the vibe of a cheater here. So someone may have had someone on the side, pretty much. I'm feeling like it may have been the divine feminine actually, or the predominantly divine feminine energy in the couple, but not necessarily. Either way, your life is going from a point of at least feeling very sexual energy heavy, to say the least, burdened by it, if not actually making the most of it previously. I am seeing here a depth transformation of a relationship. So for some of you, we are talking about a hookup, for instance, a very hot sort of hookup, which is now in December turning into a very steady relationship. Some of you may realize that the person you've been sleeping with, or the person you've been dating recently, or the person you've been really crushing on hardcore, you may be realizing that this person is in fact your divine counterpart, or your partner, vice versa, right? Because the roles can be reversed. Or your partner may have been suddenly awakened, or may suddenly awaken to the fact that you are their divine counterpart, you are the soulmate, you are the person they want to marry, you are the person they want to start a family with. There's a very heavy divine feminine energy here. For some of you, if we are talking about third-party situations, I'm feeling the strong presence of a karmic here, which may have kind of meddled in your relationship recently. So either your significant other was actively entertaining a third party, or you were actively entertaining a third party, or they were at the very least thinking about that third party hardcore. But something shifts. There's a very strong shift of energy here, and I'm seeing that heavily sexual pretty much energy shifting into a divine counterpart energy. So either a hookup sort of a relationship, or friends with benefits, or no strings attached hot sex sort of a relationship is now in fact transforming into a very steady, very serious, very committed and official relationship. Or if there's been someone on the side, that person pretty much kind of goes out of the picture. Though for some of you, I would have to tell you that it's also possible that your better half, I'm sensing that particularly for married couples, or kind of mature couples, so like a 40-ish plus sort of an age. I'm seeing for some reason that kind of a situation. Some of you may be in the situation that your partner may actually contemplate leaving either you or that karmic sort of sex driven relationship behind. So there may also be a point of kind of balancing things out, weighing things out, analyzing things, comparing things. But either way, the result is a steady relationship. There's a clear transformation here. Things are going to become very clear either way. So whatever your situation is, Libra, I'm seeing it becoming very, very clear for you by the end of December. Let's say by the beginning of next year, you are going to have a very clear situation. Things may have been kind of unclear up to that point, at least up to this point. So at least until like November, I'm seeing things being sort of unclear, sort of someone being somewhat wishy-washy about committing to a real serious relationship, or someone being sort of irresponsible. But there's a shift here. There's a clear shift. For some of you, that shift may also have to do with the pregnancy. Since we have here this overall theme of a Queen of Pentacles, she is holding a hair. She is holding that pentacle in the palm of her hand. It's making me think of a pregnancy, to be honest. I'm getting that strong vibe. So for some of you, that's gonna be a strong wake-up call. Someone is gonna suddenly kind of get their act together and become more responsible and look at things from a long-term, serious sort of point of view, instead of focusing on the meaningless or perishable pleasure, or at least let's say perishable pleasure of the moment. They are going to be focusing on steadiness, on long term, on commitment, on taking things much more seriously than they might have taken things before. This may also stand for you as well. So if you don't intend to have a baby, be very careful about contraceptive measures, because With two queens and an empress here, there's a strong possibility of a pregnancy. So a strong possibility of a pregnancy. There is going to be somewhat of a conflicted situation at some point, because shifts of this kind of a magnitude, I'm seeing a massive shift here of perspective, of energy, of outlook on things. This kind of a massive shift would, of course, imply a very conflicted, very sort of tense situation. Something is going to be lost because something is going to be put to the side. Something is going to someone is going to put an end to something, to a way of life, to a relationship, to singledom. Someone is really getting committed, getting involved in a very serious relationship. There's a massive shift, which of course implies some loss here. We are talking about things moving at a pace which will allow you to heal, which will allow you to kind of catch your breath. You will be trying to analyze things very seriously when it comes to that shift. You will be trying to analyze things very seriously when it comes to this commitment, to future steps, to bearing fruit, your relationship bearing fruit. You are going to reap what you've sown to a point. So if you've been very emotionally invested in that relationship, for instance, but your partner may have been kind of playing around, sleeping around, not taking you for granted, not taking the connection as serious as it should have been taken for some of you, you are now going to finally receive what you've been hoping for and working for. Again, pregnancy vibe for some. I'm really getting a very strong vibe of a pregnancy. At the same time, with the tower here, we do have a massive shift of energy. We do have something being sort of irrevocably changed. A way of life, a stage of someone's life, the stage of singledom, the stage of sleeping around, the stage of dating, the stage of not having a child. So there's a strong sense of something ending and a very serious, hardcore new beginning happening. There is going to be some pressure connected to that. I am sensing here a bit of a vibe of fear, maybe, because it's such a massive shift of tone. It's such a massive shift of perspective. It's a massive shift, all in all, and there will be some giving up. Some things are going to be left behind. A way of life may be left behind for some of you. A way of prioritizing is going to be left behind. There's going to be such a massive shift here of energy and of perspective. Of course, it won't be easy. Of course, it won't come easily, because nothing of this kind of magnitude could be easy. But I'm seeing positive, a positive shift either way. So yes, it is going to be kind of tough. It is going to be kind of scary for some of you. If it's not scary for you, then it's gonna be scary for your better half, or for your spouse, or for your future husband or wife. Some of you may actually have a wedding here. I'm seeing it in January, for instance. A stronger vibe, sometime December. In January, for some of you, I would see the actual status of husband and wife, or husband and husband, or wife and wife. See? So yeah, some of you are clearly going to get proposed to. Some of you are clearly going to be getting married. Some of you are going to be getting pregnant, for sure, for sure, for sure. This is a massive shift. So either you weren't thinking about getting married and your partner pops the question and you're kind of taken off guard, but things do move along and they do work out for you. It's just that you or your partner may be caught off guard by the situation pretty much, because okay. I have to warn you though, for some of you, though you are making progress, though you are going to be receiving something that you've been hoping for, dreaming for, I am seeing here some issues coming up. If you are going to get pregnant, monitor your pregnancy carefully, see your doctor, don't miss any appointments, because I'm seeing something odd kind of going on. If you are meeting someone new and really rushing into a committed relationship, rushing into moving in together, or rushing into a proposal, one of you may be getting cold feet pretty soon after someone said yes, or someone moved in with someone else, or I'm seeing someone getting cold feet. Someone maybe sort of falling off the bandwagon and having a relapse sort of a situation. Particularly if we are talking about third-party situations. After making a significant step, after taking a significant step towards the relationship becoming official, I am seeing, unfortunately, I am seeing one of you guys kind of being tempted to get back together with the person that they were initially leaving behind for the relationship. So I am seeing someone getting cold feet for sure. But at the same time, I'm seeing that issue being solved. So they may be tempted to get back together with the karmic. They may be tempted to postpone something. They may be tempted to kind of act out, or be somewhat obnoxious at some point. But at the same time, I'm seeing growth for sure. I'm seeing efforts. I am seeing you going through with that that marriage, that commitment, that pregnancy. I am seeing it unfolding pretty much, and it is going to have a happy, fulfilling result. So even if there are going to be sort of second thoughts or doubts or cold feet sort of situations, I am seeing things making progress, and making progress towards something positive, something fulfilling. Yeah, so even if someone is having second doubts, second thoughts, or having doubts, I'm seeing them not changing their minds actually. So they may be unsure, they may be getting cold feet, but in the end they are going to go through with your moving together, with your getting engaged, with you announcing your relationship or something like that. with you, moving in together. Ho 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 ho. And you are getting so pregnant. So someone, at least one of you, is getting pregnant for sure. So if you are trying for that, even if you are not trying for that, if you are moving in with someone new, if you are getting married, if your relationship is suddenly becoming way more serious than it used to be very careful about contraception, because you are so likely to conceive very, very soon. So in December, I am seeing in December or beginning of January latest, I'm seeing someone getting pregnant for sure. Interesting. So the love we have is God's gift to us. What we do with it, it is our gift to God. So pretty much what the card is saying is that you are going to be gifted with a chance at love, at happiness, at a commitment, but how you choose to transform that opportunity, what you choose to make that opportunity into, is of course entirely up to you. Pretty much for some of you this connection could go either way. So if you don't want to have a family right now, if you don't want to have a baby right now, if you don't want to embark on such a serious committed relationship with someone at this point, of course you can kind of postpone it, or let that opportunity pass you by, of course. So it's not set in stone in that it's inevitable, but it is a great opportunity for you to make these things happen. If you've been hoping and dreaming for it to happen, you are getting a clear opportunity to make it happen. So that's the main thing to keep in mind here. I am sensing though that divinity is going to be stepping in pretty strongly for you. And if you or your better half are kind of having second thoughts at some point, I am seeing divinity stepping in to sort of help you realize that this is in your best interest, that this is a good path for you to follow. For some of you, you will be getting signs, you will be getting signs, or actually messages from divinity to sort of steer you in the right direction here. And the message is, if things work out in such a way that that you get the chance to have that baby, you get the chance to move in together with that person, you get the chance to have a more committed, more serious pretty much relationship with this person. The message here is you should be trying. So I'm not gonna lie, there's a strong vibe here of you should be trying, you should be doing that, you should be taking this opportunity, you should be going forward with it pretty much. Of course, it's up to you and your free will, and your decisions are your own, of course. But we are dealing with a very strong connection for you. I'm seeing a very strong connection for you guys. I'm seeing a lot of passion. I'm seeing a lot of chemistry. I'm seeing something which truly would make you happy. That's pretty much, yeah, something that would make you dance. So I am seeing a strong connection here. This to me feels like an interesting opportunity, at least worth exploring, if not more than that. This is going to be your chance at exploring this sort of a level of commitment with this person either way. So yeah, I am sensing here a strong player energy for some of you. So one of you guys has been sleeping around, one of you guys has been talking to other people despite having a strong connection and a lot of chemistry with your partner. I am seeing one of you needing to learn some lessons from that. One of the partners may be threatening to leave the relationship as a result of the sleeping around and player mode sort of situation. But there is such a strong connection between you guys. There's such a strong connection that I'm feeling pretty much it's likely, despite any sort of player activities going on, any sort of cheating going on, it is very likely for you to still manifest that love and that baby. It is what it is. Your connection is what it is. At the same time, as you can see, your advice is to reclaim your power in that relationship. So if you do decide to go forward, if you do decide to make the most of this opportunity to get that relationship, that committed relationship, that proposal, that ring, that moving in phase together, whatever it is that you've been hoping and dreaming to get from that relationship, do it because you are in a point of power, not in a point of weakness. So do it because it is what you desire, not because you are letting your partner maybe manipulate you or strong arm you into it or something like that, right? So do it because that's what you feel like, that's what you desire. And if it should crumble and burn pretty much, then you know you'll have tried and you know you'll have sort of given it your best shot. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? It's not going to be the end of the world for sure. I am seeing you embarking on a journey. I am seeing you embarking on the journey of this potential pretty much. I am sad to say that whatever it is that has been going on in the past between you, it is going to be going on in the future as well. So if there's been cheating, there will be cheating again. So it's not like that's gonna disappear. Keep that in mind. So if you go forward with that relationship, go forward because you accept and you desire that person as they are, not as you would wish them to be, right? I am sensing here that for many of you, this kind of a relationship and this kind of a situation is going to be a karmic node. You have very important lessons to learn from this situation. You are going to be learning them at some point at least. It's going to make you a stronger person as a result. That doesn't necessarily mean that it would be a pleasurable process though, right? Strength is not gained by having an easy life, you know? But you have so much divine support and guidance on your side, Libra. So that's why I'm getting the sense that you are going to be learning these lessons here. You are going to be making a spiritual leap. Yeah. Expand your consciousness to behold both worlds. I am seeing some of you going through a pretty much hardcore spiritual awakening. It may be because of the kind of suffering. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. It may be a result of the suffering caused by the relationship we are talking about, by the fact that it may crumble, or the simple fact that you go into union with this person with all their flaws and all their weaknesses and so on and so forth, and all of your flaws and all of your weaknesses as well, of course. I am sensing a lot of spiritual growth as a result of that. So whoever this person is, they are a very significant point in your life. They're a very significant point in your destiny, even if you won't stay together. You are going through a significant stage of assessing, reassessing, changing, metamorphosing your foundations, your core strength, your core core energy as well, is what I'm hearing. Because you have Archangel Sandalphon assisting you, so you should be asking for help when you need it. You have angels very much so ready to assist you. So of course you have a connection and attunement here, so I'm seeing a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of spiritual expansion. Some of you are going to awaken to your divine purpose as a result of this relationship. Maybe as a result of getting pregnant for some of you. Of course, again, challenges. So this is so not gonna be an easy ride. That's clearly the situation. You should be trying to put an emphasis on communication, clear, open, sincere communication. I'm not saying that it can save the situation, but I am seeing it as a significant point. And it may be a point where you'll be getting some upgrades as well. And maybe so. Maybe so. So interestingly enough, I'm seeing this relationship sort of, it is a serious relationship. It may very likely result in a pregnancy. It may or may not result in a separation or someone kind of getting back to their old bad habits. But even so, this situation, this relationship, this point in your life, this person is going to trigger a spiritual awakening. You are going to become much more aware of your gifts, of your calling. I am seeing you starting to work as part of that. I am seeing you starting to follow that calling. I am seeing you starting to share those messages. There's a strong element here of communication, one-on-one communication workshops where you're communicating with groups. Either way, I'm seeing some of you actually making kind of a job out of it, so to speak. Hence that abundance. Yeah. So there's a very strong element here of communicating with higher beings, communicating with your higher power, communicating with angels and archangels, communicating with your higher self, bringing forth messages of that nature, of that vibration to other people as well, helping other people to connect and communicate with higher beings, that kind of a situation. And all of that is going to have a strong connection to either the relationship or the pregnancy which is going to result from this relationship, which may mean that you may be dealing with a twin flame here. So even if the relationship in itself won't work, it's gonna have a massive impact on your life, a massive impact on your life. Some of you may be deciding to share your experiences, maybe through writing. You are getting crown chakra upgrades, and Archangel Michael is willing to help you along that process and is going to help you along that process. How beautiful. So you are going to awaken to the fact that you are an earth angel. That's what's coming for you pretty much. A light worker as well. And there will be a divine feminine force looking to work with you, looking to help you along in your situation. So let's first get a light card. Yeah. Let's first get you a bit of advice regarding your light worker, earth angel light worker role. Ideally without spreading the cards all around the floor. So that would be ideal. So let's see what sort of advice we have for our Libra earth angel light workers. Oh. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? So you are clearly being called. I am sensing a very strong vibe of a divine feminine here for this reading. It's not exclusively so, but yeah, a strong vibe of divine feminine force here. You are going to be strongly called to pretty much work on your mission. You are going to be called into action. You are going to be activated as an earth angel and as a light worker, which again makes me think that your interactions in December regarding your love life are going to involve a twin flame, because this amount of a spiritual awakening can only pretty much result from finding a twin flame and interacting with them. Or it can occur through major hardship, but I'm kind of hoping that it's not gonna be that much of a hardship. Though it's possible, I'm not saying no. So you have the High Priestess Dana and Guinevere looking to assist you in your work. Let's see the third one. Don't hide from me, little card. Oh, and Sekhmet. Okay. So as you can see, you have a strong trio of divine feminine forces. I am getting the sense that you are going to be learning lessons regarding true love, true hardship, I'm sorry to say, but they are going to be very significant lessons. You are going to understand a lot about the sacred nature of a love connection, of a divine love connection, the purity of it, the strength of such purity, the strength of true love, not necessarily towards a romantic partner, but maybe towards your child, because that's true love as well, and unconditional and kind of the most divine of forms of true love, right? You are clearly going through a spiritual awakening. You are going to receive your crown through your crown chakra upgrades for sure, and your strength is going to be called into action through hardship. I'm getting that message yet again. But you are going to come out the winner. So you are going to come out the winner of the situation. You are going to make progress pretty much leaps and bounds of it. You are going to come into your fully divine feminine form. I'm getting a very strong sense of a divine feminine form here. I'm not saying that if you are a divine masculine, if you identify as a divine masculine energy, overall this reading is not for you, but even if you do identify as a divine masculine energy overall, your divine feminine energy is going to be awakened strongly within you. So your emotional, empathic, communicational, receptive energy is going to be very awakened, and you are going to make a lot of spiritual progress as a result of that. And I'm also seeing you making actually material progress, because you will be practicing something. You will be practicing your newly awakened skill, your newly awakened art. Focus on getting grounded, focus on staying grounded, focus on taking care of yourself, because I'm seeing a lot of energy upgrades going on for you in December. There's a lot of high frequency, high vibe activity around you. You have a lot of celestial beings offering help and intervening on your behalf on all sorts of situations. So focus on meditating, focus on grounding, focus on cleansing yourself, keeping your spiritual body clean, focus on high vibe behavior, because this is gonna be a time when your vibe is going to be crucially important, and you don't want to muddy the waters and pretty much make things more difficult for yourself by indulging in lower vibe sort of behaviors, right? So you are in for a very eventful December, but your role, your personal role, your spiritual role is going to be revealed to you, and your abilities are going to be developed, are going to be you are going to become aware of them, and they are going to grow exponentially, is what I'm hearing. So it's gonna be a very interesting end of year and beginning of year for you, Libra. So I'm sending you positive energy and all of my support and much love and light. Wishing you all the best, and we'll be seeing each other soon, hopefully with very good news, right? Bye.